Hello everybody! As I promised you in the previous video, this video we're gonna do something very general. And if you heard your instructor or your professor or your teacher say something very general, it will be horrifying, right? It will be really scary. But actually it's not. Something more general, it's just people like I'm not gonna lie with you, it's just some people who have nothing to do and they want to reach for the edge of the universe. So they have a desire to come up with a formula that work for everything. Okay, you just need to input in a number and it work. So here we are. So in today's videos, I'm gonna show you guys how to prove the arithmetic geometric mean inequalities for nth number. Not 2 number, not 3 number, not 6 number, not 69 number, but nth number, or in other words, any number. Okay, so how do you prove it? Where do we start? So since you remember from part 6, I believe it's, yeah, I think it's part 4, part 5. Let me actually see which part is this. I really don't know. I think it's part 4, part 5. You can go back and check. But we show that a plus b plus c greater than or equal to 3 cube root of abc by using a plus b plus c plus d greater or equal to 4 fourth root of abcd. Okay, so basically this is the same idea. To prove this thing is the same idea, but you have to use something called induction. Okay, induction, we're gonna use induction to prove it, and the idea is the same. So let me write it down. I'm gonna be using, we will use induction to prove this theorem. Okay, what is induction? Okay, induction is you assume this thing is correct for n plus 1, and then you say it's correct for n. Or in other words, let me plug in a number if it makes sense. It means that you assume this this formula work for 100 people, so it will work for 99 people. You assume this formula work for 10,000 people, therefore it will work for 500 people, therefore it will work for 400 people. That is the real life interpretation of it. Like, for example, if this lake is drinkable for 10,000 people in one area, and this area is positive number, it will be drinkable for 10 people in the same area. So that's how induction works. There's a more rigorous definition of induction, but you can look it up in Wikipedia and YouTube. I believe they explain better than me. But yeah, we're gonna use induction to prove the theorem. Okay. So let's say our theorem is valid for n plus 1 number. Okay, and now we will so what does it mean? What does it mean with this line? Which means that we have this. Okay, that's what we have. We don't have to show it. Okay, we say it's valid. Okay, now we have it. Now it's on our side. It's not the thing we have to conquer anymore. It's surrendered to us. We have it. Okay, so we have the Cauchy theorem, the AMGM inequality for n plus 1. Now we're gonna use it against the enemy. We're gonna use their strength against their strength. We're gonna use n plus 1 theorem to prove n theorem. or in other words, we're gonna use n plus 1 AMGM to show that n AMGM is valid. Okay, so how we're gonna do it? So, oh sorry, something here, let me erase it. What we're gonna do is this, folks. Same thing, same trick. This guy's really smart. He come up with it, not me. You're gonna set A, this is a trick. I have no idea who come up with this, but pretty brilliant. You set A, the n plus 1 number, you set it equal to A1, A2, on the way to AN, but this is cube root of n. Okay, so you plug this into 1 right there. You have A1 plus A2 plus on the way to AN, then you plus that chunk right there. You replace AN plus 1, which is the n plus 1 number, by this A n root of A1 A2 on the way to AN. You say they're greater than equal to n plus 1 A1 A2 on the way to AN times cube root of n A1 A2 on the way to AN. Okay, so what is this equal to? Oh sorry, let me actually scoop it over here. Okay, cool. What is it equal to is A1 plus A2 plus AN plus, and this thing does not change, so you know the rules of mathematics. So if an expression does not change, just copy it when you do the proof, especially when you do the proof. N plus 1 times, okay, I'm gonna rewrite this. Okay, so this thing I'm gonna rewrite it in terms of power so it makes sense for you guys. So this one is A1 A2 AN times A1 A2 AN to the power 1n, all of them to the power 1 over n plus 1. Yeah, that's how power works. And then you have A1 plus A2 plus on the way to AN plus n A1 A2 on the way to AN greater or equal to n plus 1 times this is, let me see, this is to the power 1. Okay, 1 plus 1 over n is what? N plus 1 over n, right? And then that's the power, and then you have n plus 1 over n. If you to the power 1 to the power of 1 over n plus 1 is times 1 over n plus 1 equal 1 over n. So we all this expression will become A1 A2 AN times 1 over n. Yeah, you can verify yourself, because let me write it another way. It's actually this expression right here. Yeah, you can verify yourself. I will leave it for the as exercise for readers. Yeah, this thing right here. So that's why I have that. Okay, and now I'm gonna rewrite it. So A1 plus A2. Yeah, this literally the left hand side just literally it's like substitute. You know, like when you watch football and soccer, you have something, the player when they substitute, they just literally sit there and wait for the turn. They didn't do anything. Maybe sometimes they stand up and cheer for the teammate, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is n plus 1. What is this? 1 over n is n to the power of A1, A2 on the way to AN. Okay, so now if you minus this guy both side, if you minus this guy both side, this one will be A1 plus finally the substitute player get to play plus on the way to AN, and then this one would be n times n to the power of A1, A2, all the way to AN. Okay, and this is how you prove the AMTM for any number, for nth number. So if you have n equal to 2, you have what? You have A1 plus A2 greater or equal to 2 square root of A1, A2. Okay, this is application which engineer like. Okay, n equal to 3, you have A1 plus A2 plus A3. And again, A1, A2, A3 have to be positive, and it have to be, yeah, it have to be positive. Greater or equal to ABC. And then if you have n equal to 5, you have A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 greater or equal to 5 times cube fifth root of A, B, C, D, E. Oh, no, not alphabet. No alphabet this time. It's not the romanization period. Okay, so A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. So, yeah. And so on. Depends on the end you have. So I hope the video is helpful. And you know, I thank everyone for their interest. And literally the way we do it is we use induction to prove AMTM inequalities for, and then yeah, the pretty much the same. This is the very important part is this. If I want you guys to take it from, is this part, this trick right there in blue. It's pretty brilliant, and after that you can just minus both sides, you arrive at the expression. Okay, I thank you everyone for your interest. I wish you a healthy and happy day or night wherever you are. You are beautiful and you are awesome. Be your own star. Thank you. Goodbye.